Hey everyone, welcome to my channel. My name is Vanessa. And welcome to, what is this? Wednesday, Tuesday. No. Where's my phone? Ugh. Welcome to Tuesday's live stream. Oof, that was hot. I do have tea, but it is hot tea. Hello, Astrological Productions. Hello, Boo. Bradley from Canada. How's it going? How was your day? Boo is resting. Thank you, Astro. Yeah, I did a little something different with my hair. Hi, DC. Motto, you need to go to a different channel, different live stream. Oh my goodness. My niece sent me a video of somebody. Yep, I deleted that comment because I don't want that on my channel. No. Okay, so yesterday was what, Cinco de Mayo, right? Did anybody do anything yesterday? That's too hot. I can't have that yet, but I will have some water. Because I'm thirsty. I think people celebrate it even if they're not Mexican. Okay, DC says yes. Not really celebrate it, but just go out and have fun. I had a Mexican dinner with my family. It was fun. Yeah, I usually don't do anything special either. What? Let me see what that's about. Hello, Eli. Okay, Eli's watching a movie. Yes, enjoy your youth group, Astro. Jesus is King. Amen. Roberta, tell me more about your court case. Uh, we need some details. Or anybody else. Anybody else have anything to share? Christopher. Hello. Oh, thank you. What did you watch that makes you say that, Christopher? Roberta, I'm sure a drug test was done on you, so that's the only reason they would accuse you. There has to be a reason. And I speak from having a brother who had plenty of DWIs. DUIs, DWIs, whatever they're called. Then I guess you should bring a doctor's note to your case. Is that a headband? Yeah, it is a headband. Christopher, you do. I'm so glad that you read them to your kids. I'm having fun reading that book all over again. As a matter of fact, I'm almost done in the Old Testament, recording the Old Testament, and soon I will start recording the New Testament. I'm trying to add the illustrations when I can, if they're there, but sometimes there aren't any. But that's awesome. Awesome to hear. Alrighty, let's see. Hi, Big Don. Welcome to my live stream. Hello, Jack. I'm doing good. I don't think I've ever seen you here, Jack. The shadow is playing with me. $1,099, Jack. Three's Company. Okay, Terrence, what about Three's Company? Is that what you're watching? Oh, thank you, Christopher. God is good. Amen. Yeah, I have a few other ideas to, once I finish reading the children's Bible book, I have some more ideas. Some more video ideas. Hello, Bombastic. Good afternoon. How are you? Thank you, Jack. All right, PGZ. Okay, what will you be reading tomorrow morning? I just finished, what was it? I just started Mark chapter 6, and I believe we will be in the section about John the Baptist. Let me pull that up. Because, oh, there we go. Yeah, it will be Mark chapter 6, verse 14 is where it will start. And that's going to be a pretty long section, so that's the only one I'm going to read tomorrow. I'm trying to move a little bit quicker because sometimes I'm only reading, 5 sentences. So I'm trying to move a little bit quicker. Sounds good. Hello, Aureliano. Oh, wait a minute. Terrence was here the other day. And sometimes he just had one-word sentences. One-word comments. Now I remember. Kind of weird, but yeah, I remember now. Aureliano, whenever, if you've watched my cleaning videos, you'll get to see several parts of my home. But no, I'm not going to do a house tour. I have a very simple home. I don't think there's any point in doing a house tour. I love my home. I'm grateful for it, but I don't think it needs a house tour. Ooh, Bombastic says we are in a spiritual warfare. Yeah. Today I am, well, what is it? It's almost 5 o'clock. The day is almost over, but I'm here. I actually do have tea, you guys. Thanks, Ms. Barb. But I'm letting it warm down a little because it's too hot. I'm going to enjoy some tea. I always say that life is going to be what you make of it, and I need to start making my life, again, it's always a continuous thing. I need to make my life what I want it to be, and so I got to start working on that. I feel like I have a little bit of a new routine since I'm 3 months into this particular job. I think I have a pretty good routine to start adapting everything around that. I don't know. I just do a lot of thinking, y'all. What did I convince Aureliano about? Christopher says you do very reading. Maybe you should investigate some audiobook reading. You have a beautiful voice. You know what? I have a coworker, and I told her we were gonna have lunch or something and talk about it because she did record an audiobook. And you know what? She just started a new job too. She's changed. So we both don't work where we met at. So maybe I should get with her and ask her about it. Yes, I used to always have tea, Bombastic, but I ran out. And then that's when my budget got really tight. So I told myself every shopping trip, which is like once a week, I will buy one tea. So I'm starting with spearmint tea. I mean, I still have other teas, but like my really favorite ones. I need to get better self control, says AZ. Yes, and only you can do that, AZ. Like, we are the only ones who can change our life and make it what we want it to be. Initial statement with opening a video. Ms. Barb says, I watched your latest short about having a break with your son at work. Yes. It's so fun. That's not the first time it happened, but that's the first time I decided to make a short. Every now and then he texts me. He's like, Mom, oh, excuse me. He's like, will you bring me lunch during my break or get me lunch or something? I don't even know his wording, but I enjoy it. So we get to hang out for like, what, 25 minutes and just talk. We sit, thankfully it's still cool enough. We sit in my car in the parking lot. Aureliano says, you look like you're in your late 30s, so you're not a quinceañera, but you have an exotic look about you. I'm a quinceañera times 3. I think this is good to look forward to. Yeah. Abigail is back. Oh, yes. Or how are you feeling, Abigail? Bombastic says, I couldn't comment on that short. It didn't allow comments or what? No, it did because other people were commenting, so I don't know. Thank you, Christopher. Well, what is going on? Let me go pull that up. While you guys are here, let's go check out why.
What's up, y'all? I thought I would show y'all some things that I'm liking at Walmart.
Okay, that's my friend Miss Vicky B. She's got a short. Sometimes she's come on here. Let's go look at the short. Oh no, I've got another one scheduled, y'all. I need to go into edit. It doesn't, it says comments are on. That's weird. Abigail is doing better, still struggling with breathing, but doing okay. Okay. Yeah. I do take, like, maybe even if it's a 5-minute walk, Abigail, outside in the sun, get some fresh air. I think that might help a little. That's so weird that you guys couldn't comment. Aureliano says, you got any words of wisdom before I go? Be kind and always speak the truth. Oh, speaking of sun, Boombastic is hiding from the sun. And then Ms. Barb says it was a YouTube feed. Abigail, you don't have 5 minutes. Just 5 minutes. Okay. Just 2 minutes. 3 minutes. Bombastic says, Vaya con Dios is her words to whoever. Was it Aureliano? Terrence says headband not as visible. Oh, goodness. Hello, Lady Sky. Well, that was purposeful because I did, my hair is kind of, I want to say bushy, afro-ish. And so I needed to tame it a little bit, so that's why I put my headband in. Bombastic is in Texas. Yes, go take just a 2-minute walk, Abigail, 3 minutes. Oh, speaking of the walking and all that, Lady Sky, how are you feeling? Because I know you said you were sore because you did a lot of walking or something like that. How are you doing today? Good. I'm glad you're doing good. Oh my goodness, what is going on across the street? They got like all kinds of people going in that house. I need to mind my own business, y'all. Okay, Lady Sky is relaxing. Watching movies. Bombastic says you're in Vail. I thought you were in another country. Oh my, yes, Terrence. Terrence is your business. All right. Only if it's spelled appropriately, Lady Sky. Sure. Yeah, last night I think some of you heard me this morning on my Bible stream, and um, I recorded myself when I went to my son's employer. Oh, you got a notification? So I'm thinking about making a short for my video of what happened last night. I just have to get creative with how I want to word it. But I think it's going to be a good one to share. Let me save my tea. Oh, what happened last night? I was basically laying down in bed ready to go to sleep. And my son texted me. I'm thinking my son's getting off at 10 o'clock. It was almost 10 o'clock. And he's like, something happened to Bombastic. And I was like, my son's text said, I have to work until 11 or maybe later. I'm like, what? You don't have permission. And so then I'm pulling up what is the law in Arizona for children who are in high school? Like, what's the latest they can work on a school night? I found that it said 9:30, but 10 o'clock, I'm okay with 10. So I told my son, you need to tell them you don't have permission. Of course, my child is not very aggressive. He doesn't know how to stand up for himself quite yet in that particular situation. And so I kept calling, nobody would answer. So then I had to get dressed and pray on it. I'm like, Lord, help me. I think I'm doing the right thing, but just help me out. So I go and knock on their door because they lock the door into the lobby after 10. You can't get in. I'm thinking, well, somebody's going to let me in because this is a private conversation. Like, I don't need to have it in front of everybody. Nobody answered. So I got in my car, went to the drive-thru. And then they're like, you know, how can I take your order or whatever? And I'm like, I need to speak to the manager. They're like, okay, just pull up. So it was the manager. I'm like, my son works here and he's not allowed to work after 10. Isn't that the law? And she's like, yeah. She's like, is your son? And she already knew who I was talking about. She's like, I told him to ask you, to text you. Um, what she didn't say it like with attitude or anything, but my child did not text it that way to me, okay? But even if he did text it to me that way, I would have said no. Because he does not have a good record of being waking up on time, getting to school on time. So if he worked even later, that was gonna be more difficult. So I was like, well, he doesn't have permission. She's like, okay. So she's all yelling, you don't have permission. He drove himself. So I went to the parking lot and waited until he walked out. And he was kind of upset. He's like, I need the money. I'm like, son, 1 hour, no. So we had to explain. I had to talk to him about it. I'm like, you know how difficult it is for you to get up and get going. So during the school night, no. No working after 10. A work day release, what? So yeah, that's my story, and I recorded myself. I recorded it while I was having the conversation with the manager. So it'll just be a short because it was just like a 1 minute or less conversation. And thankfully, it was not, it was okay. It didn't go bad. I don't play around, y'all. I wonder if any other parent has done that. I know I have not been here. Hey, baby Yolda. Well, you're here now. Welcome. What bombastic? I had to record it. When I can, I record these things because I'm like, maybe I need my receipt that I really did do this. I'm not just telling stories, y'all. Karen. Oh my god, my hair was kind of messy because I didn't care, y'all. Oh goodness. Okay, Bombastic, tell us about your story now. Do you remember me? I am blessed by God. Oh, I'm not sure I remember you. No, Bombastic, I actually put my like clothes on, but my hair was kind of wild. It was wild. That would have been funny if I went with my robe. Hello, Earl. Hello, Ray. What do you mean my bet's on the new Pope? Okay, Miss Barb's has done that before. Crystal, who is the picture that you have? Crystal. I mean, I am blessed by God. Who is that picture that you have in your profile? Okay, so Bostic was sitting in her vehicle and a guy goes up to me and tells me to stop following him and that he has pictures of me. I was like, I don't know you. He kept talking smack, and I told him he had a demon. Ooh, bombastic. Uh, you said to me if I was old enough to look at lives. I still don't remember you. Do you think it will be an American Pope? I vote Vanessa. Oh no, not I. No, I don't know. I have no clue who it will be. It'll be interesting though, that's for sure, whoever it is. Moombasic says, as I told him Jesus loves you, and he comes back to my car in a threatening manner. So I picked up my machete and I told him, I don't know you. Leave me alone. And he told me that he was going to. Oh no! Moombasic, you live in an interesting area, I think, because you've got interesting stories. I still don't know who Blessed by God is. Yeah, you attract the enemy or something like that. Ray, I don't okay. So I do look at social media right before I go to sleep, which my son's text interrupted my social media time. Oh goodness, that whole process probably took I don't know, 15, 20 minutes because I kept calling first. Really did not want to go over there. But in the morning, no, I do not get onto social media at all. I'm very proud of myself. I won't get on social media until after I get off of work. You know what? I was thinking I do want to do an updated morning routine. Boom, boombastic. Well, I'm glad you are armored. You have God's armor. um, okay, I really need to wake up earlier. My goal is to wake up at 5 in the morning so that I can get a workout in, so that I can get my shower in, all before I wake my son up. Sometimes he wakes up on his own, y'all, but I have to wake him up. And then, so if things were to go smoothly, right, I would start my get ready with me, which I have not done, but I'm hoping to get back to that. I'm hoping to do the get ready with me like between 5:45 and 6:10ish, so that I can wake my son up because he likes to play the music really loud when he's getting ready. And then I might start sitting in my front yard, in the front yard, and read the Bible because I don't want to sit in the backyard anymore with the dog. Can you imagine me sitting in my front yard doing a live stream and the neighbors all hear me? Because this is an HOA and everybody's really close. I'm going to do it though. And then I get to take my son to school. And in a perfect world, okay, then I would DoorDash and then go to work. So Boombastic says it's always been crazy like this since she was a child. I have 2 kids under 2 and it's hectic. Ooh, well, you know what? I'm sure you're doing the best that you can. Barb says you are chosen by the Most High. I think she's telling that to Boombastic. It sounds like it. Do you have a swing in your front yard? No, but I do have like Okay, I live in a newer home. I don't know if anybody's ever noticed. Newer homes really don't have porches anymore. Like you can't, there's no room to put a chair and just sit out and relax. At least here. But mine, my particular home has a little porch. I don't have a swing, but I do have like a bench, a sitting area. So, yeah, I think I'm gonna do that. You guys sit in the front, record, and read my Bible. It's nice and shady. HOA expectations are rising. Share more, Terrence, because my HOA is not bad. Bombastic says, Amen, Barbs, thank you for knowing. And Lazy says, thank you. Bombastic says, the Tic Tac box homes. Explain more, Terrence. This is the second HOA I've lived in. Now the first, well, I've lived in this community twice, and it's had the same HOA. But the other community I lived in that had an HOA, they were a little more, they were more strict. Like, okay, say this is the driveway. Say this is the driveway leading up to the garage. And if I parked and just say my tire was just barely hanging off of the driveway, because sometimes I don't park all that great. And like half of the tires hanging off. I'm not kidding. I got cited for it because I took a picture and everything. I was like, are you freaking kidding me? Or if you leave the trash can out, the weeds. Wait, weeds. I don't know what Ms. Barb's talking about. Oh, you're talking about that movie. The show. I Let me pull up that. Let me get off of there. Is it on Hulu or is it on Netflix? Um, I think I did start watching that. Is it like the mom? She's like the main character. And she's... No. Okay, Terrence, who are you? Please tell us who you are. Because it's kind of annoying how you just type little tiny weird sentences. Did her... Okay, I think she has 2 sons, doesn't she? It's been a while since I watched it. Oh, my pen just fell. Okay, that's what I thought it was. And then didn't she trade her wedding ring or something at some point? Oh, goodness. And then was that also where they had the parent-teacher PTO parents? hanging out together, or is that a different show? All right. I did start to watch it. I don't know if I ever finished it. But y'all, just so you know, I have Hulu because I bought it during, or I subscribed during Black Friday, so I only pay $1.99 a month for the Hulu. But there's commercials. I don't mind the commercials. I'm about ready to drop Netflix because that's expensive. And just watch YouTube and Hulu, I guess. You know what? One of my favorite shows that's old, but I was rewatching it. Desperate Housewives. Is that what it's called? Desperate Housewives. It was a show from a while ago. I was just so fascinated with that show when I was younger. Oh, thank you, Christopher. I'm going to. People won't be awake. And if they are, well, who cares if they hear me reading the Bible? I'll start that. Christopher says he hasn't watched TV in years. Yeah, if I want to watch a show, I can go hang out at my brother's house. He's got all the subscriptions. Guys are, well, maybe not all guys, but a lot of guys I think are more into technology and all that than us. Or am I just speaking for myself? Yes, bombastic. Um, yeah, I'll figure that out for tomorrow. If I don't do it tomorrow, it will be very soon because I need to just make sure I have a good little setup. Oh, goodness. I've sat outside once. Hopefully, the connection is good. We'll just have to test it out. Yeah, I like to hear the birds. Oh, nice, Christopher. Well, anyways, whoever asked me my morning routine, that was it. And it'll probably change because school ends in a few weeks. So it might change my schedule a little bit. Yeah, I enjoy sitting. I enjoy sitting outside. As long as I'm in the shade, I'm good. I don't want to sit in the sun. It was nice. It was good. Oh, she's got a beautiful view of the sunset. Nice. Yeah, I had fun. Of course, the food was good, but it's just um my brother had his youngest grandson was with him when I first got there. Was he? Or were they both there? Oh no, they weren't there. It was just me and my brother at first and his son. And then my niece came with her kids, and they always make me laugh. It's a 3-year-old and 6-year-old. It was good. It was good times. I went through a phase of trying to get steps in before the day started, but I'll have to try to fit that in again. Yeah, my brother is. He is. How old is my brother? My brother is 50. Is he 50? Or is he 51? He's 51. Or is he 50? Anyways, he's in his 50s. See, my brother had his first child when he was young. Oh my gosh, that was a whole story when that happened. Oh my. And then yeah. My brother made, have you ever had like the fried tacos where you put the raw meat inside the corn tortilla and then you fry it and cook it up? That's what he made with some rice, and it was so good. I really don't even. Wait a minute, what is Christopher saying? I love being outside for sure. I really don't even. Okay, I'm not sure what Christopher is saying, but he's winking. And then Richard says, hello. Was his child by a Mexican lady? She was American, Mexican. American Mexican. I mean, she is. Not from Mexico, if that's what you're asking. My guess is MM is, if I remember the comments yesterday, he is black. Mm. I think my older brother has only dated, he's only dated American Mexican women. Bombastic. I like that. She says if she gets married, it's gonna be with a white man as a cowboy with a 5 o'clock shadow, and he is going to be God fearing, not a fat man, tall and thin. Oh my goodness. Was it in this book? No. The other day I wrote down what I want in my future husband. I don't think it was in this book. Oh, it is. I'm not going to share it though. I took up the whole page to write down. Bostic says yes, that wears jeans and blazers, someone who will sing to me every night and play the guitar, and someone that knows how to build furniture so we can build our things together. Oh my goodness. Says, is there a difference between a Mexican and American Mexican? Do they treat each other differently? Um, I'm gonna say yes, there is a difference. Well, I don't know. When I was a teenager, and I was young, I used to go to the dances a lot with friends or sometimes with my parents, and I would dance with the guys from Mexico. I never dated a guy from Mexico, but I think they're very controlling. They can be. But I don't know. I could be wrong. I think American Mexican are. It just depends on how you're raised. Like my dad's from Mexico and he was very macho. He was very protective, very tough, very manly. Um, I don't know if, yeah, I don't know. Maybe someone else can speak to it. Ellos son machistas. Okay. My dad was, he was good with my mom though, but he would not, if someone was caught looking at my mom, he would probably go and like have a talk with them. That's how I would say the machismo in my dad was. Am I hard to get along with? Does it seem like I am right here? Because this is how I am in real life. uh, you know, there's traits about my dad I definitely would want in my future husband. I always thought of my dad as a protector and a provider, for sure. This girl has to be high going to that house across the street. Ugh, what a shame. Pero estoy soltera porque en realidad lo que me gusta no es de Dios. Bombastic. Yeah, but at least you know. Okay, did that answer your question? I don't. Um, I never really dated an American Mexican, to be honest. It was just my first boyfriend that I don't even think he was a boyfriend. We were just dating. See SOS meet obstacle. I don't know why I'm single. There's just the good ones are taken, or there's displaying diverse abilities. I don't know, you guys. Okay. Says, speaking of marriage, I read that women initiate the most divorces. Do you know why, or is it just an American thing? The good ones are with the bad people. Oh goodness. The other ones are devils. Oh my goodness. Okay. Women initiate the most divorces. I think that is probably true because, in my experience, guys think that you're going to take all of their crap, I guess. That you're going to stay with them and keep dealing with all of their bad habits. I don't know. I don't know because I haven't been married, so I can't really speak to it. Or yes, that's true, Bombastic. Um, says I'm not scared of marriage. I'm scared of divorce. Okay, I think that was a problem in my last relationship, and it just made me so upset. What you just said right there. They were scared of getting divorced. Terrence says, any proposals? And Boombastic says, at least we the truth. Whoever I get married with, okay, they're gonna be stuck with me forever because I don't believe in divorce. I don't care how bad it gets. Um, we're gonna work through it in the name of Jesus Christ. What is going on across the street, y'all? I think there's a car right there, but I can't see because my car is parked right there. Yes, and I don't believe in having children from different people. That's okay. So I have my one child, and it was between him and his father. My son's father and I agreed, okay, we're not married, but we're going to have this child together. Like, we planned for my child. And then after that, I told myself I wouldn't have another another child unless I was married. But yeah, I think that's just too hard to have kids from different men. I would imagine it's hard. What on earth? This lady's just walking around in the middle of the street, I guess. Eye contact says eye contact, okay. Bossick says I wouldn't want my children to feel a certain way. So let me see. Yeah, that is how I used to think too, Bombastic. I do have a cousin who has 3 kids and they're each from a different dad. And the only one that came out good, unfortunately, is her oldest. And I think it was just like a miracle. Like, I think it's in his nature to be a good kid. And her other 2 are just wild and crazy. But I think it's hard because everyone probably has their own set of rules. And Bombastic. Hello, GMAC. And then my niece, she has 2 kids. Her 2 sons, a 3 and 6-year-old, are from different guys. I'm like, I see how the struggle is for her pretty closely. It's difficult. I think most marriages start with the best intentions, but statistics say that divorces are more than likely. It's wild to think you would want to live with this person forever too, wanting to hurt. That's why the person I'm going to marry, though, he's going to be a man of God. And I do believe that with God, we will get through anything. There should be less problems. If he truly is following Jesus Christ, who's the truth and the way to everlasting life, it should be good. Hello, yes, sir. Is that how you pronounce that name? Yes, sir. Okay, now there's 2 people. Wanting to hurt each other. How are you doing today? I'm doing good. Bombastic says, put back in the Bible days, people did not get married by paper. Oh, but back in the Bible days, people did not get married by paper. Miss Barbara's agreeing. Let's see. They did not get married by paper, but I was reading this in the book of Matthew, and I suppose we'll get to it in the book of Mark, talking about marriage and divorce, which I think is very, very interesting. That's my favorite. One of my other favorite topics in the Bible is marriage. And yeah. Bombastic wants to see out my window. Okay, I'm just going to describe to you. It's a black lady. Okay, from my understanding, the person that is renting the home across the street, they're not owning, they rent. She's a white older lady. Her daughter lives with her, and her daughter is with the black man, and they have 2, I think just 1 child. But I want to say it's their friends or cousins on the black side, but they go over there and cause drama, unfortunately. So it's a black skinny lady with like short hair and it's kind of wavy, and she's wearing short shorts, a skin tight top, walking around like she's Miss It. Seriously, walking around like she's all it, going back and forth, talking on the phone. Finally, she drove off though. He can bring you back. Says, yeah, I think being a stepdaddy is a bad deal unless you have kids already and both partners coming in with kids. Erman says, any sympathy. Yeah, it's hard to date with, I think it's a little more challenging to date when you have a kid as well, because for me at least, I'm extremely protective. And if a man is jealous of my son, like that's automatically a no. Or if a man doesn't want to be truly a part of my life, which is like I go to the games to watch support my son. If you don't want to do that, you're not making the cut either. Because I would do that for them, and I did. My son's dad had a son with him, and I used to go take him to school. I used to take him to doctor appointments. I used to do all kinds of stuff for him. Um, Miss Barb is asking why. I think she's asking MMY. Adrian, thank you for the comment. Yes, Miss Barb, she's walking around like that. But that same lady, about a month ago, got into a fight with the daughter. I was ready to call the police, but she like left. I don't know what they were arguing. They weren't fighting, but they were arguing. I don't know if there was ever physical altercation. I just heard the arguing, and she was throwing stuff on the ground, and then she left. And she's back over there now, so I guess they're good. Miss Barb says a red flag. Yeah, so when I was dating my son's father, he came with a child because that little boy's mom, she had died. So I knew very well that he had a son, and so I used to change his diapers and all that in the beginning. Some people are ghetto. Yes, they are. I'm thankful and not thankful that this house is rented out across the street. I don't think anyone has ever stayed more than a year. They always move. Maybe it's because they found something cheaper. I don't know, but thankfully they moved, so I only have to deal with them. They moved here in December because I remember or maybe it was November. I remember I was decorating for Christmas. So I only have to deal with them, what, maybe 8 more months? 7 more months. says, Barbara, I think childless men should be with childless women so they can start a family together. And then Nick says, hello? Okay, I'm here. Um, okay, so the my future husband that I was dreaming about, he came with kids. He came with one kid. Oh my goodness. Am I sad? Um, Not today. I'm happy. Yeah, I think that Nick person is a fake. Like his picture's a fake. I think his name is just a fake name, but he comes on here quite often. I am mostly happy. Amen. Can't be happy all the time. Well, I could be, I guess, but things happen. I don't think that's who he is, Miss Barb. Did I get attached to his child? No. Um, I'm being honest with you, no. That boy was, he was kind of a bad kid because his maternal grandmother got guardianship over him. And so they were teaching him, I guess, like, who knows what over there. They had no discipline for him. And but thankfully now that he's older, him and my, because when he was younger, he was kind of mean to my son too. But now that he's older, he's a really good big brother, thankfully. At the diaper stage, I don't think there's a connection, Miss Barb's. Bombastic would have left. No, it was a rocky. It was so rocky. Y'all, there's, I won't even say it. I won't say too much details. But I had my home and I had a room for his kid when he'd come over and, you know, he'd have his toys. Um, I tried my best, y'all. You had tacos? Ooh, yeah. So, Taco Tuesday. Yes. Boombastic is hard. It's hard. Yes, I'm the same way. That's why I cannot be a teacher. That's why I do not babysit. um, Taco Tuesday. Anybody else have tacos today? Hola, Cesar. That's why I'm a good site apartment manager because I tell them bad kids how to act right. And there's a lot of them at the apartments. Oh no, there is. They come like they'll come in with their parent to make the rent payment and they want to be grabbing everything on my desk. I'm like, keep your hands to yourself. I say it a little bit more nicely than that, but I gotta do it, y'all. I'm like, this is my stuff. Do not be touching it. What is Terrence saying, y'all? Cesar, yo estoy bien. Cesar, ¿de dónde eres? ¿De Houston? Bombastic, remember? I think this is. We were trying to get him to answer you. Bombastic says, so I was sitting in my truck earlier and some random female asked me for a ride. Are you going to the other side of town? No, I'm parked for the night. Oh, Cesar is from Dallas. Okay, you haven't heard this story, Bombastic, and maybe others haven't, but there's this black guy. My son wanted to go to the taco truck here in town. So I stayed in my car because he had his friend with him, so they both got down to order. And this black guy comes up to my car and he's like, I'm sorry to bother you, but do you have money or something like that? I'm like, you are bothering me. And no, I don't have any money. And he's like, oh, I'm sorry. And he backed away. Well, it was probably a week later. I was in the McDonald's drive through waiting for my food because you know how they'll have you wait. You already placed your order and pay, and then they still have you wait at the drive through. He comes up to my window, says the same thing. I'm sorry to bother you, but can I have some money? Or you have extra money? Change? I said, okay, you've asked me before, and I told you before that no, I didn't have any money. If he asked me a third time, because he hasn't come up to me a third time, I'll be like, you need to get a job. He's actually the guy that was riding his skateboard around the parking lot one night that I was going live in the parking lot. You are temporarily in a burrito. What? Okay, what did MM say that made? I like how women speak Spanish. Okay, Miracle says, any crumpets? Miracle, what is a crumpet? Oh, mi guitarra no estoy. Mi guitarra es ahí. My guitar is over there, but I'm not gonna play it. You can't have tea without crumpets. Okay, here's my tea. But I don't know what a crumpet is. Oh, it's like a biscuit or a scone. A scone would be good. I had a coworker who used to love to bake, and every now and then she'd bring us in blueberry scones, and they were so good. You look rich and drive an expensive car. That's why they ask you for money. No, they'll ask anybody. They will ask anyone, not just me. He lives in my neighborhood. Um, I think he lives. I'm thinking I went to school with his mom. Yeah. Ella no está en un mexicano para que toque la guitarra en este momento. Hasta mañana, princesa, que descanses. All right. Bye, Cesar. What is Terrence saying, y'all? If not, you may be anybody. One day at a time, that's for sure. Terrence is weird. He does not hear often, but when he is, that's exactly how he types. It's very weird. Okay, Miracle, are you at work or are you at home? Is it Taco Tuesday for you? I already had I had a late lunch. I'm not gonna eat dinner. Mm, no comprendo, Terrence. Yes, Miracle has. Did anything exciting happen today at work? Boombastic, you don't think Terrence is in America? Oh my goodness. How long are the layaways for? Mo Breeze, how's it going? How was the movie last night? That's what I wanted to know too, Miss Barb. Are they layawaying for Mother's Day? It just depends upon how much you put on layaway, but if you do something for over 600, it'll give you 6 months. Hmm. Okay, so you watched the Avenger movie? What was it called? Or I already forgot what it's called. Miss Barb, the guy did a Rolex watch, a foxtail necklace, and a nugget bracelet. Oh goodness. What makes you think, Boombastic, what makes you think that Terrence is from a different country? Sounds like a ripoff. Ms. Barb says cool. Joe says hello. There's lots of different person. Oh, Mowbray says so much graphics and a lot of action. Oh, okay. I know when I'm going to go watch that movie. My child is coming with me. He has no choice. Terrence, are you African? Are you Pakistani? Are you from Mexico? Can't wait for the next Marvel. Yes. So you don't think it was there was any wokeness in it, Mo Breeze? Let me find that name. I'm not supporting any bit of wokeness, you guys. In Thunderbolts. um, it's called Thunderbolts. Barb's? It's a Marvel movie. Oh goodness. Why that emoji, Boombastic? Let me see if I can show you the screen. Um, Earl. Terrence, put up your picture as the profile picture. I'm waiting for Mo Breeze to respond, Ms. Barb. Real good movie. So you don't think there was any of that? I need to look at the trailer. Whoever Terrence is, I'm glad he enjoys spending time here. But why? What's up with the comments? Oh, Miss Barb's is watching the trailer now. Yes, Terrence, we want to see what you look like. I want to see what you look like. Oh yeah, you did mention that, Boombastic. I haven't seen anything about it though. Met any interesting guys on here? No, I haven't, Michael. Well, when you say interesting, what do you mean by that? I've met nice guys. I've met. There's a few that are interesting to me. Terrence, I think Boombastic is calling you Terry. Mo Breeze, I like. You met Mark. Michael says, I think you know what interesting means. Someone that sparks your interest. Nobody has sparked my interest, no. Not yet. There's guys that are cool to chat with that come on here quite often. Actually, there is one. He's kind of sparking my interest, y'all. He's sharing a little bit more with me. But he's too far. Like, he lives in another state. Michael says that's saying a lot about you or them. Miss Barbie want to know who I'm going to text you. I'm not going to say it, okay? I mean, just what he has shared in here. I like when Miss Barb says, do tell. Nail polish. No, there's just somebody who has shared a little, quite a bit in the past week or two. Seems kind of interesting. There was one before him, though, that seemed very interesting. Boombastic, he seemed like a white man, tall, cowboy, your kind of guy. But I think he was suspicious. He turned out to be suspicious. Michael says, Miss Nessa, it was meant to be a joke. Earl says, Earl, you got to go. Earl comes in here every now and then too. He says he's a moderator on other channels. Yeah, go be a moderator, Earl. You don't need to be hanging out here. Mo Breeze, you remember that too? That's too funny. We both said it at the same time. Oh, did it really, Mo? Here I'm thinking, Mo, you and I had the same idea. It is spearmint tea or peppermint tea. Peppermint or spearmint, one of the two. Thank you, Miracle. Earliest in 1969. Yeah, Earl is rude and mean. He's inappropriate and mean. I'm going to send you out, Earl, but thanks for coming in. Yeah, it's nice of him to come in here. Sometimes he's not too bad with the comments, but then sometimes it's not good. Miracle says he doesn't look like he can. Boombastic. Terrence, I think you want to also be dismissed because nobody's treating you wrong. Boombastic. Oh, goodness. Miracle, one day I need to go to your pawn shop. I might have to do a layaway. Oh goodness. What were you trying what were you trying to type, Miss Barb? Yeah, I think that would be so cool. You don't need a Michael Kors watch, but you want one. Miracle works at a pawn shop, which probably isn't too far from where I live at. I mean, it might be an over an hour drive. It's close enough. Oh, you just meant to do laughing emojis. You said a firecracker? What is that? Bombastic. uh, Boo, you missed me. I'm still waiting for your picture, Boo. Oh, like a flare gun or something? Oh, never mind. I think I know what you meant. Bombastic. Boo, Bombastic is asking, what do you like or love about me that makes you miss me? I'll never forget was it was Miracle, Krista. I don't know if Miss Barbie were there when we were trying to get that Bible for one of the viewers. I'll never forget that story. Bombastic says, "Boo, yes, because he's always telling you that he loves you, that he misses you, but I never see him spending enough time with you, so it's just a question." It's a good question. He says I already know, but I don't know. Yeah, when we were trying to get, I didn't want to say his name, Miracle. When we were trying to get Manohara Bible. Oh, goodness. That was too fun. Boo. You need to be more poetic. Thank you, Boombastic. Boombastic understands. Miracle says if we say his name one more time, he'll pop up like the Candyman. Yes. Every every once in a while he shows up, but he doesn't talk about that Bible anymore. Thank goodness. He's moved on. I need, what is it called? I need something real. Just saying, I miss you. I love you. That doesn't really say anything. But I mean, Boo does watch all my videos, so I appreciate him for doing that. I think he listens to the live stream. He might not. I don't know if he's actually in here though. Boombasic says then he says that he's there, but he pops in 3 hours later. There he goes with the good night. Okay, Miracle says I could write you a paragraph on why I miss you. Oh, look at that. Miracle could. Mowbray says, I missed a few days, but I watched too. Yes, I do see you, Mowbray, because you'll comment as well. I appreciate that. Yeah, and if you don't leave a comment, I don't know that, you know, you've watched a video or whatever. So I do appreciate when I see comments. DMX, I'm doing good. How are you? No, Bombastic. You don't have to do that. You don't have to. The serious people, well, they're kind of serious. They send me an email. But sometimes if the email is just a quick hello, I'm like, I just delete it. He has been dismissed. Okay. Well, Bree says, I appreciate you because you keep me going with the faith of God. Oh, good. I'm glad. I'm so glad to hear that. Yes. And even if we're not necessarily speaking about the Bible, it somewhat turns around to to be a message, you know, whatever the conversation is. In the morning, definitely it is about my Bible and God and Jesus, but other live streams, yeah. Mowbray says, you remind me of one of my teachers from school. She was a real nice lady. Oh, thank you. I think thank you was the other guy, Terrence. Yeah, I think thank you is also Terrence now. Yes, the group in here is awesome. I like the fact that there's no children in here, really. You know that adults get to have their adult time. Mm-hmm. And when I know there's a kid here, I'm like, this is an adult channel. I I kind of think I need to send a child out. I have to pray on it, y'all. There is a child who comes in here, and even though I've told them this is for adults, I might have to get them off the channel. DMX says, why do you hate Israel? Last time I asked you about Israel, you said something bad about it. You're wrong, DMX. I said I had no opinion. I said I'm worried about me, my family, where I live, my community, my country. I can't be worried about someplace that's so far away. Yeah. I remember the first time I was doing live streams and people were so adamant about asking me about, I can't remember what country it was. I'm like, I have no opinion. I don't know what, I honestly did not know what they were talking about to even give an opinion. But now that I have been watching the news because of our new president, now I kind of have a little of an idea, but still. The enemy just comes to kill, steal, and destroy. Amen. Mm-hmm. 8. Where have you been? I have not seen you in so long. Hey, Lively Cuts, I haven't seen you in a while either. Are you doing okay? Okay, 8 has been putting the work in. I'm doing good, 8. I'm here. Was it you? No. Was it you that told me I should paint my garage? I think it was. It's still not painted. If it was you. Lively says, as good as I can be, but it's good to see your smile again. Oh, good. I'm glad it's as good as it can be. I think the last time you said you had a loss you didn't want to tell us about. But yeah, I hope everything is going okay. 8, did the egg prices finally go down? Because I did hear. Miss Barbs is asking 8 if he plays the bass. Good. Me and Miss Barb go back to December or November-ish. And yeah, I consider Miss Barb my friend. No, I used to 8. I used to have that in my car. A long time ago.